Not the highest rated goalkeeper, but simply the best. But this is that balsamic vinaigrette when you already have that fresh salad. This is no Ford Explorer. You're getting yourself an Excursion, a Range Rover, an Escalade. Can you name someone better? This is undisputed. What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is LaBelle, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. And today, I'm giving you the best player from each position. Are you on board? Make sure to drop some love. We're still pumping content, on content, on content. And it's the end of the year, so this seems fitting. It's very unlikely we will see any new iterations of foot items that are gonna overtake any of these players I'm about to mention. And if you want the breakdowns, maybe top 10s, top 15s from each position, I've done those videos. Linked down below. Did I mention dropping a like? Share it around the community. And of course, give me your selection in the comments. This is still subjective. It's not the say-all, be-all. I just think I'm more accurate than the majority of folks. But hey, I'm listening. My ears are open. Well, my eyes are open. I guess your ears would still be open. You get the idea. Criteria. This is important. We're going to talk 4 defenders, 2 midfielders, 2 wingers, and 2 attackers. Write that down. Make a mental note. All right? All right. And a goalkeeper. Prime van der Sar. 92 overall. Not the highest rated goalkeeper, but simply the best. He has those golden gloves. Massive in net, and his footsie game is on point. Kick save on kick save on kick save. If he wasn't a goalkeeper in football, I would happily tell Van der Sar to go ahead and try out for the NHL. If he could move around on some skates, I'm sure that he would have another career path. Left back, Summer Heat Mendy, 93 overall. Can you name someone better? This is undisputed, not even debatable for this position. And the majority of my selections, there's at least some debate. But this is that balsamic vinaigrette when you already have that fresh salad. Extra flavor, the right kick with the dressing. Put some feta cheese on top. Maybe I'm hungry, trying to make a salad sound like this is gonna work. Not quite our Lil Debbie comparisons, which I'm not sure if Lil Debbie products with Twinkies and ho-hos and zebra cakes, if that transcends into Europe or into the UK, might just be an American delicacy. That's a real stretch, saying American delicacy on a side note. All right, center backs. Virgil van Dijk, 99 overall. There's not an easier center back to use. Whether you're a casual, an intermediate, or an advanced player, he just covers so much ground. And his body type, his build, this is no Ford Explorer. You're getting yourself an Excursion, a Range Rover, an Escalade, but he still has that movement. Talk about it all the time. 4-wheel drive confirmed. He doesn't turn sluggishly. And the way that he is able to get in front of shots being taken, the way that he covers up runs, tough to beat in any scenario. Virgil always has an advantage. Next to Mr. Van Dijk, team of the season, Ramos. Still my favorite center back to use on a personal level. Just fits what I'm all about with the movement, the speed, the recovery, the aggressive play, all encompassing. And what a comeback season. Prior to the player moments right back variation, 93 overall with Ramos, he was pretty average. And then of course we got that bump with the 96 that we're discussing now. Nothing short of top tier. Other special center backs that I feel deserve a shout out. If you're running Vieira, he's better as a center back as opposed to being a central midfielder. That's his 92. Go get that prime moments. I also can't get away from Ike Para. If you can figure out how to make it work on the MLS, from the link up play, the connectivity, greens, where you're gonna find him, you're gonna have to surround him by icons, but he also comes in at the same level of, for yours truly, as someone like Ramos or Virgil van Dijk. Actually, he's almost a taller version of Ramos. They're sitting neck and neck. Right back, Semedo, 93 overall, controversial. This is very debatable. The right back, if you made a tier list, 4 or 5 players would come in the conversation, and everyone interchanges their right back selections, so they try out different players. We could bring in Carlos Alberto, who might be the favorite amongst the pros. We've seen Trent Alexander-Arnold used a lot. I like Kenny Lala. Talk to me about right back. Center mid, not naturally his position, but Ruud Gullit, built different, ready to weather any storm. Will impact matches individually. All matches. Even when I go up against Ruud Gullit, I try to pass around him. I want to avoid him at all costs. I never win those types of matchups. He is always going to have an advantage in the midfield versus anyone other than himself. He's strong. He has the size. He's got the long hair. Somehow he's still agile, he's powerful, he's almost like a gazelle, he has the offensive capabilities, and defensively, he is everywhere. Ruud Gullit is actually a FIFA god. Gullit is the killer in a horror movie. He's taking bodies left, right, and center, no regard. And at the end of the flick, you're not going to get him. He's not going down. This won't be a happy ending. No resolution. Ruud Gullit's ready to re-up for the next match. He's not getting snuck. And now for your secondary midfielder. And I say secondary on purpose because this is a partnership. You're getting married to Ruud Gullit. Ruud Gullit is not getting engaged or connecting with you. This is why preference will also come into play, because it's a matter of who do you think is the best partner for Ruud? Who's going to join him at the dinner table? And yes, he is that good. My first selection, 99 overall Kevin De Bruyne. Most balanced center mid we've ever had in any FIFA installment, but it's still the Ruud Gullit show. I just want to reiterate the importance of Mr. Gullit and that he is the ultimate alpha male between all alpha males. Other mentions for center mids that are viable that I see used on the competitive level and could be some preference choices. I love Team of the Season De Jong. He's been brilliant. Easily one of the best midfielders and just a true asset on the virtual pitch. Team of the Year Kante. Depends what you're going for. What do you need in your team? He's not going to be as gifted offensively for goal scoring positions. He doesn't have the skill moves, but he's a nuisance. He's annoying, he's everlasting, he's relentless, and he's still the most agile center mid that we have up to this point. I also put Zidane as another mention. It's going to take you some time to get used to using Zidane, which we talk about. We're accustomed to this argument. But once you figure out his body type, his movement, what he does well, you're getting a more gifted attacking center mid that can still partner and be a true box-to-box. I hope that comes across perfecto in the video, because what you're getting from a skill set is a little bit different with Zidane in comparison to some of the other before mentioned players. He doesn't have as much on the defensive side of the pitch, but he does have a big body which still allows him to take up space, and at the end of the day, he's got enough stats to really play anywhere. We're not done. Wingers. Neymar. How can we not talk to him? Beginning to end this year. Every single iteration. He plays with the big dogs. This is no Chihuahua, no little terrier, not even a French bulldog. Maybe getting into the medium size. Neymar has been dominant, has been influential, has had that 5-star weak foot and the 5-star skill moves. We've seen him used all over the virtual pitch, but since the beginning of times, he has always been someone that's included, and he deserves to be included. And if you can somehow afford the 98, he's going to improve your team. But even if it has to be one of his lower rated foot items, you still won't have any complaints. I also like Ribéry for wingers. Best attacking player from the Summer Heat drop, which is saying a lot because there was so much talent from the Summer Heat promo, and Ribéry just grows with you. He is aging like fine wine. Similar to Neymar, gives you the skills, gives you the weak foot. Even though he's naturally a winger, I would still probably prefer to have him as a center attacking mid or a striker. In the competitive world, or maybe the world of FIFA esports, you're more likely to see him used as a super sub. And if you're not using the 94 Mbappe as a striker, then the 98 Mbappe as a winger would be preferred. Does that make sense? Because you can't have them both in the same starting 11. It's not going to work. You get one selection of each player. So if you're not running the 94 as a striker, then take the 98 as a winger. You seeing this? Same page? Good. Strikers. There are 5 that share in the round table. All the debates. They have the hammer. They decide what happens with FIFA goodness going forward. Who's going to score the goals. R9, the Brazilian, used at every competitive event. And your easiest selection, especially if you're running a singular striker, R9 has to be there. It's too big of a difference maker. Impacts everything. And he gives you the total package. The skill moves, the size, both feet, strength, and that it factor that's hard to explain. There's not a statistic that is measurable, but when you've played with them, then you know what you're talking about. Also Mbappe, the 94-foot birthday, has that weak foot upgrade. Killer. Unbelievable. Cristiano Ronaldo, 99. The only version of Cristiano that really and truly stands out. He shines. He's out there getting a tan without the tan lines. That may have rhymed. It wasn't meant to do that. But Cristiano is the real deal. But you need to consider, if you're running 2 strikers as opposed to a singular striker, how well will they feed each other? How well will they work together as a team? We've also got Johan Cruyff. Money. Cruyffy Cruyff with the Cruyff turn. Silky. Both feet. Smooth operator. Finesse, finesse, finesse. And then Eusebio rounds out the top 5. If Eusebio had the 5-star skills, I reckon he would be everyone's first selection. It almost feels as if he has a different type of shot animation. The goals that I concede and the goals that I score with Eusebio just don't align with other players on the virtual pitch. He tells a different story. Or at least he does it in his own way. Trust in Eusebio. So, Mike, what are your 2 selections? You just gave us 5. I got you covered. I'm rolling with R9, and I'm rolling with Eusebio. At this point of FIFA, if I'm running 2 strikers, those are going to be my 2 guys. I just can't get away from Eusebio this year. I've used all 5 that I'm mentioning here, and they're all amazing. They're leaps and bounds ahead of some of the other options for this position. And this is going to come down to preference, personal feel, shoes shining, big moments. Do you have a positive experience, or did you have a big negative somewhere? For example, 90th minute important match. I got Cristiano Ronaldo. If I hit the post, I might not recommend him the same way, at least for a little while. I'm kind of salty. Feel like he cost me a game. FIFA players can relate, but I'm looking forward to these comments. If you enjoyed the content, that's right, this is content. Drop a like. If you're new to the YouTube channel, it is free to subscribe as always. And I'll have a lot more coming out for you ASAP, ASAP. We are ready to rev up for FIFA 21. I salute you.